learning because it's a little bit more challenging. Okay, so like I said, this document, every content area has, and they're on the TEA website. This is like the Bible for each individual one is for their competencies and where the test maker gets the standards for the competencies. So you have the different overarching ideas: integration and foundation, family studies and human services, human development education services, nutrition, wellness, and food science, food, lodging, and hospitality, the ones that we also discuss. And so later, if you can email me your scores, I'd like to, do a needs assessment and see which particular standards you need to, do more studying on, if you have those scores, because you've taken the exam once, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I took the practice and then I took the content.
Okay. So there is overarching sort of themes for each of the standard. And so it's important for you to read this document, try as much as possible to like make things in your own words, or like where you can think like, oh, this is the overarching idea for this. So the first one, the family and consumer science teacher integrates. What does integrate mean? It means that you are like bringing together, synthesizing foundation knowledge and skills of family and consumer sciences to prepare students for personal, family, community, and career goals. So that's the overarching goal of standard 1. And on the left-hand side, excuse me, the way we read this document, and I'm going to write on it, and I want for you to write on yours too. So knowledge and skills. Oh, I didn't want to do that. That's not the one I wanted. Integrates foundation knowledge and skills of family consumer sciences for personal, family, community, and career goals, right? On the left-hand side, you have teacher knowledge. These are standards like specific facts, concepts, ideas, skills that you need to know before you enter the classroom. Chances are you're not going to get a whole bunch of questions from the left-hand column. They're not going to, because those are just simply recall, like very basic. The questions or the answers are going to come from this side, the application of that knowledge, you applying your knowledge of family consumer science into either an 8th grade class, a 9th grade class, because it's 8 through 12. That means you need to really understand those age groups and grade levels, what's typical of them, what is, appropriate for an 8th grade class might not be appropriate for a 12th grade class just yet, right? So taking that into consideration, applying the knowledge that you have into the classroom. So most of the correct answers, they're going to be a teacher doing something from this side. Describe strategies to anticipate and adapt changing employment conditions. So the teacher would be doing this thing or creating a lesson where the students have to maybe discuss that, and how they would apply. So it's going to come from this right-hand column. That doesn't mean that I don't want you to read the left-hand column. I do, but it's more important for you to be able to visualize what the family consumer science teacher is doing. How is she applying the knowledge that she has on this side? Now, if you read through the left-hand column and you find there's some things that I don't really like, I don't know what that term means, just look it up and write it down so that you can better visualize how that's applied in the classroom. And we'll take a look at another page right now. So,
well, basically it's the same thing, right? But this is more deep.
Yes.
So yes.
Right. It's essentially the same thing. And so what's important is to find out sort of which which competencies you had difficult domains you had difficulty with, and then try to go and see, okay, well, what standards, so that you can go a little bit deeper. Another really important, oh, let me still have this open, I forgot. Really important, and I think it's here. And it would be career, I think. Maybe not.
I wanted you to see my test scores because
Why can't I find them?
this is
Okay, so here you have, and it might be this one, I'm not sure, because I cannot find the actual, like, or maybe I know why, possibly. Um,
didn't I send you a copy of my exam? I think I sent you what I got in my practice. And I
Okay,
sent you so that
yeah, I'll
you're
look.
more prepared on what I have to study more. It's because my printer started it's not working. I thought it was the ink, but I think it's something else because I bought the ink and it still doesn't work. So I didn't print it out.
So this is also a document I'm going to send to you. So you can look at the different course names that are here, because it's unfortunate for you, but you're going to have to search for your TEKS. Just
I know.
through.
Well, I think these are my TEKS.
Yeah. Those are
So,
your
yes, because it has all the standards.
right.
And it has, let me tell you right here, it says it has the knowledge and the application.
Right.
So like I said, it took me a while to find it, but I got it. Like here it says standard 1 competencies. And it says here what family and consumer sciences professionals know, the entry-level family and consumer sciences professional knows and understands. And then we go to the application. And like I said, look, I don't know if you can.
But because these are your anyone in family consumer sciences, because I got this off the TA website. So this is your all the different classes that you can do. Principle of Human Services. These are different classes you can have. Professional communications, interpersonal studies, dollars and cents, principles of community studies, lifetime nutrition, wellness, human growth and development, child development, social and community services, and all these other ones that are here. All of these that are here, and they can be given at these age groups that are here. This is from the state. That means that you have to like practicum in human service. We go back to the TEKS, excuse me. We go back to the TEKS and we look at, is it career development? Okay, so you have hospitality and tourism that's here. And is that one of yours? That's hospitality and tourism? Or no?
Hospitality, yes. Tourism, no.
Okay. Well, hospitality, yes. So there are particular TEKS that go with, and they go into deeper like specifics, what the kids will have to know before they leave your classroom. And so for these TEKS, like you're responsible for practicum. This would be your class. So you would be responsible to know this before you take your exam. And it's only recommended for 11 and 12th graders. So I'm going to make a Google file drive, and it's going to have all of the stuff that you need, including the TEKS as much as possible. I'm going to try to like go through what you're responsible for as far as your standard is concerned. Excuse me, your content, and then the TEKS, because the standards that we were looking at, which is where your test comes from, and we can take a look at this is your test, your exact test, and these are your domains. But each of these, table of contents, how do we go back? If I go back again. Okay, here, if I look at the exam specifications here, you can look at the particular domains and competencies. So they take our standards document, which is this here. This comes from TEA. They send it to the test maker and they come up with domains and competencies. So those domains and competencies come from particular standards, and each of the domains is going to hold you responsible for the TEKS. For the family studies and human services, I guarantee you it has down here all the different things, entry level, it's personal and family concepts, factors contributing to this, human development, education, and services. That means that the TEKS that we were the other TEKS, this is the hospitality and tourism. The other TEKS for education, I think I saw them on here somewhere. Education and training, you might have to do these. You are in charge of the child development. If we were looking at the document that has the different things that you're responsible for, human growth and development, child development, those are your courses in your content area that you need to be familiar with. So it's important that you look at these TEKS, that you go and you don't have to memorize them. Like I was telling Mr. Landa before you, who was studying for science 7 through 12, but it is important for you to critically read them, to understand. It's going to tell you, it's going to give you an overarching definition, and then it's going to get into the technicalities. The overarching definition is going to be what the goal of this class is that the state of Texas has in mind for students. And in this one, it's it says it in the introduction. Career and technical education instruction provides content aligned with challenging academic standards, industry relevant technical knowledge, and college and career readiness skills for students to further their education and succeed in current and emerging professions. So the first, sub category is the education and training. Career cluster focuses on planning, managing, and providing education and training services and related learning support services. So do you need to memorize everything? No, but you do need to be familiar with all the concepts. So if you find a concept, like if you're reading this, you're looking at the student, one of their knowledge and skills in this child development course, which is address knowledge and skills related to child growth and development from prenatal to school-age children. That means your students need to leave this classroom, understanding what is normal in growth and development for infants to preschool age kids. And actually, we need to know that. It literally is our job to know that as well. Even yours, because when you take the PPR, which is another test that you have to take, it is EC through 12. It is early child, not from prenatal or whatever, but early child, which is pre-kinder through 12th grade, right? What is normal of growth and development for those students, and how do they learn best? What strategies are more appropriate during particular levels. Here, when you're teaching this class, you will learn that early children are more concrete learners because their brains are not fully developed. Cognitively, they're not all the way there. Maturity wise, they're not all the way there. Attention span wise, they're not all the way there. And so we know that we need shorter lessons, lots of hands-on, experimental, concrete things in order for learning to take place with early child. So your students need to
different stages of
exactly of their growth and development. They learn differently during those different stages of growth and development. So for your students, they need to learn that and leave your classroom knowing that. So read through these, anything that any concept or idea, because there's things I still learn, because although I was, or I have been a teacher for decades. I started teaching in 2003. So in total, like I used to teach in public school for like over a decade, for 14 years. But now I teach teachers. So it'll be 20 years in 2023 that I've been a
You look so young.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah.
I want to be that too.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. So I started in 2003, and so yeah, now I help all teachers. But so when I was in the classroom, I did just English language arts, right? But I can help any student in any content area prepare for the exam in the best way possible, know the best resources and what sort of things to do. And so reading through all of your TEKS, first of all, you're going to have to, and it's unfortunate that it's not all put together in a very neat manual for you. And the reason it's not done yet is because not a lot of people, take this exam. And so there are many English language arts 7 through 12 ones, and I can just go, recommend particular ones. But for the purposes of you're going to have to take the multiple resources where that are at the disposal of the test maker and utilize those to study. So I've shown you the resources. I'm going to put them all in one Google Drive folder for you to be able to access. And now I want to go back to the practice questions, because before we leave today, I want to go over testing strategies, for the exam and what sort of things you need to pay attention to, how to read for how to read it critically, because above all, every single one of these questions and scenarios, it's a critical reading test. It's not just flat out. You have to pick out what they're looking for and sort of read carefully and be mindful of let me see. Okay, so it shows you the different percentages here that the health, like health, nutrition, food science examination, it makes up 17% of domain 1, but it's only 5%. So here, this is important for you to know, the human development and family science studies examination. So those standards are going to be found in a different document than the one I showed you, because remember, this one here is just for, this is just family consumer sciences. So I'm going to download that one, and I'm going to get also the human development. Oh, it's the same ones. Never mind. They revised it and it's all the same document now. Good deal. Scratch what I was saying. So let's take a look at some of these questions. But it shows you what percentage of that particular exam comes out on here.
So then my big focus should be on those two, right? Because most of the questions are going to be on that.
It's a lot. It is a lot.
lot.
16, well, this is 42%, but it's of only 16, of 42% of 16%, you know, so it is a
And then-
smaller fraction, but it's still a lot, and it's still worth your, certainly you're worth your reading through once, you know what I mean? But utilize this document here. I don't know if you have this printed out here.
Yes, I have it here. with
Okay, because
mine.
this is a watered down, it's a little less in depth of what the state has, right? The state standards. So make sure you are familiar with all of this. The family, career, and community leader programs and projects, familiarize yourself with that. That is right here.
Hold on. I don't know. Let me see if it's this one, the one that I had printed out.
Sure.
Can you go back to domain 1? Because I do have this.
Wow. See, they even tell you, yeah, you gotta, I mean, I need to try to find it if it's there.
Like I have the domains here, but the one that you have, it's like the one that I printed from the AACS.
Okay, so
Yes,
I'm just gonna make you, I'm gonna make you a PDF of this. So if you don't have it, it'll just be in that thing. You know what I mean?
Like I said, I printed the domains, but it doesn't give me the specifications on the
Uh-huh.
standard.
I won't do it.
It's formatted because it's from the TA.
Yes. That's correct.
It's because that one says examination specifications, and the one that I printed was the preparation manual. But then if you go down to integration and foundation, yes, look right here. It says cultural, economic, and gender influences on families, work, and society. This is the one that I got from their website, and I guess it does look the same. It says here the interrelationships among career decisions and personal family life. Yes, including parenting and caregiving. It's right there. But if you can send it to me, it'd be awesome, you know, because sometimes like, I mean, I can work here and then look at what I have on the screen.
Right, absolutely. So it has it all here, and then let's do.
Let me see what it's. Let me see.
Okay, so here are some, man, they don't really give you a whole bunch.
They don't. I was looking into it and they don't.
Is the actual exam like this?
No, the exam was heavy. It's like, how can I tell you? When you think you are finding everything here, no. Because like I said, maybe I didn't go through the standards, right? Because I barely found this. But what I studied in the study.com and stuff like that, when you go into the test, you're like, oh my God, like, what is this? I have never seen this, you know?
Right.
But like I said, I tried my best, you know, I think I did pretty good in my practice, but when I took the actual content, I was like, whoa, what happened here? It's very, very deep.
Yeah, so, and I wish these were better. I'm kind of disappointed.
Yes.
And I thought I had an extra, let me just really quickly check. Let me check if with Miss Jeannie Garza, did Jeannie Garza send you a manual?
A manual of what?
Let me see.
No, I didn't get anything from her. Whatever I have, I did get the study.com from her. Because she got me the password. Like I said, I did pay for the exams. Because they wouldn't give it to me with just her. So I did pay the $50-something. But I should have done it from before. I did that after I passed my practice. But no, I don't have a manual.
And this is like really not that even, it's like not even good. Like
to tell you the truth, that's not on the test
no, it's
at
not.
all. These are like easy questions.
No, it's gonna be like Miss Salceda's 10th grade family, human development class is working on let me see, identifying, I don't know
The different stages of the human development.
Exactly, different stages.
Which,
like which of the following would be the best like activity? And so you have to dissect like what is the goal? Is the goal for them to, and so I don't have any time to do it this week, but maybe next week I can try to make some practice questions up for you. You know what I mean? Like using your standards, using your stuff. And then you can check back with me. Now, as I was telling Mr. Landa that Teacher Builder pays, because typically my people, I tutor people from all over Texas, from the university, from Texas teachers, like just everywhere. But Teacher Builder pays me to be like, you know what I mean, at y'all's. You get me one-on-one for free, and then you get me every Tuesday and Thursday during my office hours to pop in and ask questions. And you also get me at a discounted rate. Like for more one-on-one personal sessions, it's $60 an hour. So I'm going to work on some more questions for you. I'm going to put together all of the different documents and items that I need you to look at. Like I said, I'm going to list the links for the different TEKS and the different courses, so you can look at like specifics. And then I'm gonna also send you some videos to watch. They are for PPR, but they are good for the like pedagogy portion of it, because it's not just going to be about the human nature and development. It's going to be about how is this teacher using this content to do something with the students in the classroom. And so I'm going to send you that one. It's going to talk about instruction, designing plans, like, things that you could do to help support your English language learners that are in your class learning English. And so like defining new concepts, new terms, doing vocabulary building, putting them in purposeful groups, like a video covering all like best practices for teaching. You okay?
Yes, like I'm gonna go into my what I had printed out, like the TEKS.
Right, those ones that you have, absolutely.
Because it's the same thing that you showed me right now.
Yes.